Hi, welcome back. Well, I have my cutting blade ready to go. I've got my 12 1/4 by 12 1/4 mat also ready. And I was going to show how the cutting system works in general on the Jumbo Circle. And I'll do another demo using the Jumbo Circle, using rings and making a scrapbook page. But this is just going to be how the cutting system works. And I figured the Jumbo Circle is so large it ought to be easy to see. So that was my plan. Before I go down to a desktop view, I want to remind you to make sure the cutting surface under your mat is as flat as it can be. I just use my cutting mat directly on a table or a piece of paper in the table. Okay, this is the Jumbo Circle. There's definitely a top. The top have the ridges. The bottom has no ridges, it's smooth, and it has 6 clear feet around the bottom, and those help to keep your ring from sliding so fast when you're using it. Kind of helps you keep it in place. You still need to hold it, I think. But on the top, there's ridges on the outside and the inside. And that is the track for the feet on your blade. So if you're going to cut on the inside of the circle, you want the feet on the inside track. And if you want to cut on the outside of the circle, you have to have the feet on the outside of the track. I wonder if it would help to have a darker paper. Let me see. Well, we'll do it both ways. How's that sound? We'll see what looks better. Okay, so when you're cutting, I'm going to put this upside down just to show you on the camera. So I've got 2 feet here. They both have to be in that track, otherwise it's not going to work. And what happens is your blade's going to follow that track. Okay, and if you're cutting on the outside, both of those feet have to be inside the track. Now it does take a bit of practice to know when you're in the track or not. It takes a little bit of practice. But you know right away as soon as you start moving the blade whether you've done it or not. So sometimes when you goof, it makes cuts where you don't see it anyway, or it's outside. So here's the light blue, just in case that helps. There's the outside track. And of course the blade would be moving, not the circle, but I just wanted you to see the feet in there. And on the inside, you put the 2 feet in the track. Okay, and because that blade is 2-sided, it's like a triangle, you can cut in this direction or you can cut in that direction. And you'll actually double the life of your blade if you cut both ways, because it's like having 2 little blades in there. So you would actually go all the way around to make 1 full circle cut. I'm just showing you how it doesn't matter which direction you go. And in fact, if you miss a spot and you don't move your ring, you can go back and fix spots and have a perfect cut anyway. And of course I'll have to show that. So there you go. That's how the feet fit into the Jumbo Circle. Okay, let's do a cut for real. So now I'm going to have to find the track without seeing it. I can see my 2 feet, and I'm a lefty, so I'm going to visualize. I can see, as I'm putting it down, I can see with my eyes, and I look underneath a little bit. And that's feeling pretty snug. I guess I can pull around without even doing a cut. But I guess we're ready to cut, so I'm going to push down and pull it. And I don't have to move my wrist too much because that swivel underneath the cap is going to do all the swiveling for me. It's actually easier if you stand up. I like to usually cut standing up, but for the demo I wanted to sit down and look all official-like. Alright, so I've gone both ways. I'm not moving my ring. Let's see if I have any spots. Oh, over here I did not do such a good job. So back we go. And if the paper moves on its own, you've cut through. So here's the frame that's left. And you can actually make one of these for a cutting guide. If you laminate it, you could use it for a cutting guide. And here's the circle I cut. And I'm looking for that one end where I didn't get it very well, but you know what? You really can't tell. So, let me show you the edges. Ta-da! The largest cut available. Okay, let's try an inside cut now. To do the outside cut, I followed the track on the outside. So let's do the inside. For the inside, I'm going to use a dark blue. So let's line up my paper, put my ring on. I don't want to eyeball it too much for this because I'll be cutting inside. I know it's going to fit on the paper. So my 2 feet, I'm going to take a good look at those. And I'm going to put them, I'd like to see them actually, go into the track. Okay, it feels snug. And my blade's not even cutting the paper, I'm just seeing how it feels. Now I'm going to push down. So you are going to have to push down with the system. Just putting it in and pushing it isn't going to be enough. You're going to have to push down. Yeah, let's go the other way for the heck of it. It looks like it's already really loose in there. Okay, now you don't want to move the ring if you don't have to. You want to see if this paper will come up all on its own, and it will. If you don't move the ring, you can keep going on that line and everything will be the same. So, ta-da, that's the inside. And that could be another cutting guide if I wanted to laminate it. And that is how you get an inside and an outside cut. And it works the same on all of the custom cutting system shapes, the CCS shapes. So I think that's going to be the end of my little basics demo. And I'll try to get into the cutting guides and different shapes and stuff like that. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day, everybody.